Welcome back to another edition of Holding Court with Coach Jeff Nelson. I'm J.D. Healy, and Coach, welcome back.
Hey, good to be back.
This we're gonna talk about the past week. It feels like a week and a half because we actually have 3 games that we could talk about, and then we're going to talk about the games coming up tomorrow and this weekend. This has been a rough couple of weeks for the Lobos, but the good news is at the end of the discussion of the games already played, it ends really well. The Lobos versus Colorado State last week was a tough battle. We lose the first one 25-17, but we were definitely in 2 and 3. It could have gone either way.
Yeah, I think 2 and 3 were both 2 or 3 point games, were they not?
I 23 and 22.
Yeah. And I think we led in both of them, a good part of each of those games. And, but you talked about struggling, and Colorado State was the third in a real bad 4-game run for us. Hannah got hurt at the start of that 4-game run, and we just really struggled with not having her at 100%, not having her part of the time, and then not having her at 100%. Prior to that, we'd won 7 in a row, and that's sports, unfortunately. But it really hurts when your captain and your leader goes down. And she did play against CSU. She was about 50-60%, but I mean, what she did was awesome. But by game 3, we weren't even having her jump on the block. She was just kind of hopping. And Colorado State has Marley Reynolds had a really good night, and she was matched up on Hannah, and Hannah wasn't jumping at the end, and Marley was pretty much hitting open net, and that was unfortunate. But it was our best option and what we could do, and I think Hannah did her very best, and to be honest, we needed to step up in a couple other positions and play a little better as well.
You talked about needing the outside, the left and right sides really to start hitting better.
We did, and I thought they struggled last week, but I thought Monday night against New Mexico State, they kind of opened up. Chantel got back on track after a not very good 3 or 4 game series, and Cassie had a lot of kills. Still like to reduce her errors some, and Devin really had a couple good matches in a row. Even the loss to Wyoming, Devin had a career night and really did a great job. And so I think all of that's heading the right direction. I think we've got to get past this injury and just move forward and do our best the rest of the way, but it definitely shook us.
A real shining light that came out of that match was Stephanie Chavez with the career-high 16 digs. She really played very big for us.
My struggle with that position was I just haven't felt like we're playing with enough personality. It's not even quality of play, but I think a DS, libero type player needs to go in and lend some personality, lend some fire, get people going, or be a real calming agent. And we weren't getting either one. And Stephanie went in and really brought personality to the court, made some big digs, got people fired up, was moving around. And I think it just caught the team's eye and the team's attention. And she's played well since. She's played in the next 2 matches and done really well too.
No doubt about it. And moving on, speaking of that, to the game against the match against Wyoming. We lose in 4 in that one, but some of the highlights in that one, Chantel Riddle had her 8th double-double of the season, 14 kills, 19 digs. 19 digs.
Yeah.
Devin Sowers, as you talked about, had a career high, 18 kills. I mean, she could do nothing wrong.
Right.
She has great hands, and she really showed it, in that match. Stephanie Chavez comes up with a career high, 19 digs. That was a great match. For a loss for the Lobos, there was a lot of really good things that happened in that match.
Yeah, there was. Wyoming played really well. I don't want to take anything away from Wyoming, but we lost 2-point games. We had game point in the first one, and I think it was game 2. And it was really interesting because Sky went back and served, and she served 2 really good balls, and she doesn't normally serve for us, and did a great job. And we had a chance to swing, and we didn't. We tipped, and I was really disappointed about that because that's not something we teach. We want to swing for the win. We want to be aggressive for the win. And but hopefully we learn from that. And But we did have opportunities to win that match, to win games in that match, and we didn't step up. And through this whole 4-game series of losing, with Hannah being less than 100% and stuff, we lost a bunch of 2 and 3 point games, and we needed to step up for her at the end of those games, and we didn't do it. And I think that was our biggest disappointment after Wyoming, knowing we had some couple game points, we didn't get them. That would have put us up, I think 2-0 or 2-1, but I don't even remember. But the frustration of that really carried over into the locker room after the game, and I think we were able to get a lot out and come back Monday night and play really well.
The match against New Mexico State is a non-conference match. I don't know if that could have come at a better time for where the Lobos got the chance to face off against the Aggies. Great team that they're going to face against, but it's a non-conference match, a chance to sort of refocus, maybe take some of the focus off everything else. Look, this is a rivalry match. That's what it's about. It's a Rio Grande rivalry. Let's focus on that part of this series. Before that game started, I was watching, and on the left-hand side during warm-ups, Chantel Riddle, Julia Warren, Cassie House, and Devin Sowers were all warming up together. And as we're accustomed to seeing, as they're going up and getting fed, they're spiking the ball over the other side, and they all look good. But when they turned around, there was a look on their face like somebody just keyed their car. I mean, they all had that same kind of game face on, and I knew that this was going to be that the Lobos were going to be, we're really going to be taking something to the Aggies. And look, the Aggies have a great team, and we know that. We know it's going to be a battle. But somehow you just kind of felt that the Lobos were going to really take it to them this night.
Well, it's interesting you said that about their warm-up, because I was tossing on the other side of the court, so I didn't see it. But when we finished and they went in to change jerseys, both of my assistants came over and said, "Oh, my God, they were terrorizing the ball." And so that was good to hear, that there was a lot of spirited emotion even going into the warm-up. And it's there wasn't a big talk before the game. It was, you're playing your rivalry team. You need to get back on track. If you bring some emotion and fire, I'm going to play you, because tonight I want the kids out there that are going to run through the wall to make us successful. The middle blockers that are going to jump once and jump again, in the same point. And we got that.
Yes.
I mean, anytime we beat them 3-0, and it's a really good win, and we were thrilled to have it, whether it's home or away. I think they're a great team, and Mike does a good job, but I do feel like we're a little stronger right now, and definitely more physical at the net, and I felt like if we played well, we could do that. And I don't remember, maybe just right at the start of a game, maybe, but I don't remember being behind all night. And those things stick in your head when you're a coach. You don't like that. And, I felt like we were on top all night. It got close a couple of times, but I felt really good about what we were doing. And, other than maybe a bad decision here or there with where we put a ball or something, it was a pretty good night.
You face the Nevada Wolfpack on Thursday, 7 o'clock here. They're struggling a bit. They're 5-12 overall, 2-5 in the Mountain West. The first time you played them, you swept them in 3 back on September 27. Players to watch out for: their freshman Madison Foley, who's had some nice games, double-double against San Diego State coming into this one. Sophomore Lindsay Anderson also had a double-double in that game against San Diego State. And Nevada ranks first in the conference for service aces, with 1.58%. And junior Sam Willoughby ranks first in Mountain West with 0.4%. All that said, the numbers sort of speak for themselves. You take them 3-0, and they are struggling a little bit. How do you make sure that the Lobos stay, up for this, knowing that even with those numbers, that the Nevada Wolfpack has got it in them? Everybody does in the Mountain West to bring you a good game.
Well, first of all, Ruth's done a good job this year. They're much improved from last year. They're battling with everybody. They beat San Diego State the other night. I think they have a win over San Jose or Fresno. Much better this year. They're really led by their two middles, Willoughby and Lie, I believe is how you pronounce it. But they both do a good job. They're their top hitting percentage players. They're both in the 270s. Big physical middles. We've got to serve tough and keep them from getting the ball to them. We did a good job with that up in Nevada, and we're able to win 3-0, but the game scores were close. And, we do get it at home this time, but it's really important that we use the energy from Monday night to keep rolling through the weekend. We're playing two teams that we've already beaten, but that doesn't mean anything, and we're back to the 0-0 and got to win the next game. And I think we win the matchup in almost every position. We just got to go out and win the match.
Saturday at 2 o'clock, you'll face off against the Spartans. The Spartans also were a team that you took in 3 straight sets, 15, 19, and 12 back on September 25. Another program that is currently struggling. They haven't found a conference win at this point. They're 3-17 overall. That said, they come into this thing and they'll play Air Force actually on Thursday night,
right.
and then they'll drive down here. They've got a new head coach. It takes a while, I think, to turn a program around. She did that coming from Bakersfield, where that was an 0-31 program, and she turns it to a 21-12 team in 2013.
Yeah.
It took her a couple of years to do that.
Correct.
So that's a tough one, but again, you can't expect a lay down from anybody in the Mountain West Conference.
No, Jolene has done a great job coaching throughout her career, and I think she'll do a good job at San Jose State. There's a lot of transition this year. They got rid of a lot of kids. They have a lot of new kids. They're finding their way, but they have 2 of the top hitters in the conference too, even though they haven't had success. They struggle with passing a little bit, but they have 2 of the kills-wise, 2 of the top hitters in the conference.
Rosado and Roy,
yeah.
yes. No doubt about it, having a nice year.
Yeah, they're both in the top 5, I think, in kills, maybe 6, but in the conference. And they set a lot of balls that way. They're, I think, a little bit predictable in that. But, again, we can't take anyone lightly. We've had that little bad streak the last couple of weeks, and we've got to use that to fire us up and motivate us and get us back on track. And like I said earlier in the show, I think we have an opportunity here now to come out of this week with a 3-match win streak heading to Utah State and Boise State, 2 more programs that we have wins over already, but 2 really good programs. And we have a great opportunity to have a really nice run of wins here if we stay focused and do what we're supposed to do.
7 o'clock here Thursday night. Come on in as the Lobos face off against the Nevada Wolfpack. And then back here on Saturday, 2 o'clock for the match against the San Jose Spartans. That's actually a great one. It's Jam Johnson, so $3 to get in, and it's $1 for nachos. So, you
gosh.
come in, enjoy some incredible volleyball, and have $1 nachos.
So what you're telling me is that the coaches may be having some nachos on the bench during the game.
No nachos on the bench, but for you folks out there, the fans, we hope you come down and join us for it.
One other thing, we do want to congratulate Tanya Gooley on being honored. She's being put in the Hall of Honor in a couple weeks. Next week I'll get organized and have a spiel about her and the things she's done for this program. I know Chelsea's put it in our notes already and everything else, but we're really excited and happy for her. And she's being honored our next home weekend at a basketball game, at a football game, at a volleyball game. She's got a full weekend. Her husband's coming with her. Pauline Manzer's coming back over with her, and I always love seeing Pauline. And I know there's Laurel is coming back, their coach from that period, and she lives in Hawaii, and they're bringing their husbands, and there's a whole crew, and I think they're going to have a great weekend and a lot of fun. But I want to say congrats to Tan, and we're looking forward to having you here, and what a great honor, and what a great person you've been in this program. But we'll talk more about exactly what she's done next week, and as we get ready to have her here the following week.
And We hope that you'll come up. We'll get you on the air with us during the broadcast and talk to you a little bit. It'd be an honor to have you on. And Coach, again, great show. Looking forward to some incredible action. I think you broke the seal again with that Aggie Rio Grande rival game and sort of set the tone heading into this week. So, folks, join us again Thursday night, 7 o'clock right here, and then back again on Saturday at 2. Until next time, folks, on another edition of Holding Court with Coach Jeff Nelson.